Okay. I get that an inspection is like a snapshot in time. I understand that. But I also understand that it's not going to be very much time at all before these bushes are actually touching the wall. So on the WDI report, this is the way I'm going to write it. Speaking of WDI, where do termites live? In the ground. What do they eat? Dead wood. Oh. What's wood mulch? Dead wood on the ground next to your house. Oh. It's called a clue. It's called a clue. I'll come over here, and there's a couple areas that are collecting water, pooling water. Not sure what that's about. We're going to look into it a little farther. Then we got brick. Our rain gutter should not discharge water directly onto the roof covering. Then, with excuse me, where the roof and the walls intersect perpendicular at the drainage point, we should have kick-out flashing. And then our rain gutter, the butt end of the rain gutter, should be 1 inch away. So this is just going to allow water to accumulate like that. And this is an interesting one, because then we carry the water off, but it's kind of disconnected there, but we're discharging water right next to the house. We shouldn't do that. Okay. Coming along, we got some cut stone, brick. Excuse me. Snacking on the job. Okay. Our headers up here, we should have weep holes. We don't. And then this window over here to hold the brickwork up, it's got a metal lintel, and it should have a weep hole, and it doesn't. Now the arches don't require weep holes because it's assumed that the water is just directed around. Then we come on along in our brickwork here on our front porch, our front portico, excuse me. Okay, now the wood mulch soil comes up to the brick, where the brick is just laid on top of a cement slab right there. So that creates a void, so termites can move in this direction and come on in. We should have weep holes in this brick up here. And then we can see that our front doors, our threshold gaskets, are all warped and distorted. Say hi to the ring system. And because we have a ring system and internal monitoring systems, that's why, by the way, we're not going to check for the actual operation of the smoke alarms. We want to inspect them for, locations, and see if we can determine some age considerations about them. Soil is too high right there. Tree is too close. Tree is too close. A tree should not be closer than 25 feet to a slab foundation to allow for root growth and for the roots to absorb the water. We don't want the roots absorbing water out of our foundation. We don't want the roots pushing on our foundation. We don't want our branches, okay, this has all been cut back, we don't want our branches touching the sides of the house. So coming on along, I'm looking. I am a curious fellow. See that root coming from that tree going towards your house. Again, the rain gutter butt end is too close. We do not have kick out flashing. And then our step flashing, if you'll notice, and I noticed this a little bit on the other one, okay, but we've got some gaps in our flashing. All that flashing should have been bent in towards the structure and sealed to keep wind-driven rain from getting in there. Do you think wind-driven rain can get in there? I think wind-driven rain can jump right off right off in there. That's what I think. And then our rain gutters should not drain water right onto the roof covering like that. Moving on along, trees too close. We already said that. But we're going to say it some more. Can't say it enough. Moving on along. Okay, this is for a different video, but might as well get it while we're here. This is our double clean out, and that's the air gap for our swimming pool drain. And it's not supposed to go inside the pipe like that. You're supposed to have an air gap between the pipe and the drain pipe to help prevent, because if that filled up with sewer water and it covered the end of that pipe, then it could go back in to your swimming pool. You could swim like that. That's one way to swim. Okay. Moving on along. Again, no provisions for weeps. And you can see the water, how it's kind of coming out into this bottom edge right here. See the water? It will migrate out. Okay, we want it to have a fast escape. None of the window screens are present. They might be stored somewhere, but I can't speak to them if they're not in place. Okay, I don't know if they fit, if I find them. These are garage car entries. And this is, we should have a gap. Rain gutters on the roof. We don't have kick-out flashing. This is the gas. It enters on the south side of the small garage. We have one of our condensing units here. We got 3 condensing units. They're all just about the same. This one's a little different in that it's picked up off of the ground. So I'm not going to go into the others because I have a video for the others. But this one's a little different. So I'm going to go ahead and say the disconnect box should be sealed on 3 sides. The disconnect box should not be behind it. We've got the wrong kind of insulation on it. We do not have anti-theft straighter valve caps. This is our electric meter. This is our grounding right here. Does it look very well grounded to you? It doesn't look very well grounded to me. It doesn't look very well grounded at all. Now our gates should be self-closing, and they are. They should swing out. They do. It does. One gate. This fence is installed backwards. Okay, so the rails are on, these are rails, and they're exposed on the other side of the fence so the neighbors could hop over and come swim in your swimming pool. That's the way it goes. This is a water heater piping, and I think I saw some on the other side of the house. This side of the house, on the south side of the house, those pipes discharge too far from the ground. The pan should not discharge more than 24 inches, and the water heater drain should not discharge more than 6 inches. And these are the control wires right here for your lawn sprinkler system. This is kind of broken up a little bit. Trees too close again. I'll come over here. We're checking it out. See, we got some more monitoring. Okay, I'm going to assume that this isn't yours, but if it's yours, okay, these steps are not dimensionally uniform. This is our retaining wall. Maybe. Usually the retaining wall belongs to whoever's soil it is retaining it. A little bit of rust on our fence right in here. So if this is, in fact, your retaining wall, might as well look at it. This fence, Face ID, This fence is looking pretty rough right in here. There's a weep for a retaining wall. It seems to be performing the function for which it's intended. The fence is pretty weak. I gotta say. Got a lot of rust forming. Our steps are not dimensionally uniform. It's kind of nice, isn't it? Okay, Grampy, don't lose your step. Does it look like it can withstand 200 pounds of lateral pressure to you? It doesn't quite look like that to me. All these novelty lights, I get it, party lights. I understand, but they shouldn't be in a permitted application. And so close to the ground that people can change the bulbs, you know, while they're on. Okay. This is flagstone. It took me a moment there. Flagstone. I have it all over my house. I love it. I have tons of flagstone in my backyard. But my house isn't for sale, and you shouldn't have to live like me. This stuff is not dimensionally uniform. Discharging water too close to the house. It's not dimensionally uniform. So, you know, if you have somebody that's challenged by age or balance or inebriation, you know, take your pick. They might not be able to navigate this as like a mountain goat, and so it does take some wherewithal to walk on this. This is a gas port. I don't see any gas coming out, but it's all clogged with dirt and stuff. Let's see here. Patio gas port inoperable, clogged with dirt and stuff. We've capped off a sprinkler head right here. And this is interior, but we're going to come in here a little bit because this is a long video, so I might as well, instead of having a bunch of short videos. See all this? There is the lawn sprinkler control back behind there. That's the lawn sprinkler control back there. Okay, I'm going to have to move some of this stuff. I sent out a letter of intent to the listing agent and said that I would need access to things. I said that I would not, no GFCI right there. Said that if I did have to move something, I wasn't going to put it back. And I don't have to move it for that matter. You know, but I said I choose to move something. I'm only going to move it once. I'm not going to put it back. By the way, this door was unlocked. This pedestrian door. When I got here, this door into the interior was unlocked. When I got here. When I got here, this house was not secured. Okay? Even though this is under the patio, now we're getting to, you know, a lot of it's just personal choice, honestly. But it could be argued whether an in-use cover is needed here or not. And I think an in-use cover is needed there. So it's kind of like a little bubble cover, protects it. Again, that's the only screen that's left in place with security assistant. Okay, so we got all this guidance stuff. Double pane aluminum frame. That's our fan. Wee doggy. We have a whole video for the swimming pool. wood mulch next to the house. And we've got some siding up here too. So we got some cut brick at the front and some siding at the back. This siding is too close. Can you see how that's... Can you see the wood right in there where the water's been wicking up off the shingles right there? You see that? That's why they want it off of it. Protective cover. Coming on around. This step is a little high. Then we got the flagstone again. Just like when we started, this bush is a little too close to the house. Is it actually touching? Snapshot in time, all that jazz. Well, it's still